Kein Widerspruch erlaubt.
Ab ins Bett, junger Mann.
Genau.
She finally lets go when we reach the top of a hill overlooking Goldport. Das ist aber auch kein schlechtes Lied, so wie es sich gerade anhört.
Das stimmt, passt auch schön zum Bild, ne?
Mhm. I sit down and look at the view, easily able to see the entirety of the port. I start to shiver a little bit. This place seems to get cold really quick when night falls. But the cold wasn't the only reason I'm shivering. It seems like Alice was right. I'm still overwhelmed by all that happened. My father wasn't killed by monsters. Lazarus killed him. Soon after hearing that, I was inches away from killing Lazarus myself. I wonder if humans and monsters can ever really understand each other.
Weißt du eigentlich, ob er ihn wirklich getötet hätte, wenn wir uns für die andere Variante entschieden hätten bei der letzten Entscheidung?
Ich bin mir nicht hundertprozentig sicher. Ich weiß nur, dass Alice auch eingeschritten wäre.
Ja, kann ich mir nämlich vorstellen. Ich glaube nicht, dass man die Möglichkeit gehabt hätte, ihn hier zu töten. Naja, what's wrong? That's a strange remark coming from you.
Neither Lazarus or I could put aside our differences. It even got to the point where I was about to kill him. If fellow humans are able to get to that point, then humans and monsters? I feel depressed and defeated. It feels like my faith is crumbling before me. I followed my mother's last wish and became a hero. Everyone in the village hated me, but I swallowed my feelings and became a hero. I believed in coexistence and set out on this adventure. All based on just trying to atone for what my father did. I didn't even really know what the hell coexistence really meant. They were just empty words. I wasn't thinking seriously about anything. I chased after my own made-up image of a hero and spouted off some random dream I thought up as a kid. As soon as that mask I made started to crumble, the trauma I've been hiding broke free. It was all just escapism. It's just like you said, Alice. I was deluding myself and masking my true self. Now that mask is off.
No, your mask hasn't come off yet. Luka, you're a true hero. Los.
Danke.
Das kann er gerade gut gebrauchen.
Die Kehle hat's wirklich nötig.
It's true, you're an idiot, naive, and you rush into things without thinking them through. You've made lots of mistakes swinging that sword of yours around too. But why have you been doing all of this until now? It hasn't been due to anger or despair like you're feeling right now. It hasn't been some mask you wore over your true feelings. Those actions all came from your heart. Your true self.
That's...
You never allowed anyone to terrorize someone else. Every time you came across someone acting cruel, you got angry and rushed in. You can't stand seeing weak people being bullied or persecuted, because you were persecuted yourself for so long. That's your true self that has influenced everything you've done until now. I don't think there's anyone in the world with a more hero-like motive than you.
Even so, if I had killed Lazarus...
Even if I didn't stop you, you would have stopped yourself before it was too late.
Alice sits down next to me and smiles.
Even if you can't understand Lazarus, you and I understand each other. Or am I imagining things?
Alice.
Just because humans can always reach each other doesn't mean it's impossible for humans to reach monsters. There will be humans who won't ever get along. There will be monsters who won't ever get along. It isn't a simple story with a sudden ending point. You have to think about how it will start and continue on, slowly getting better.
I see.
I understand you, a human, but Lazarus, another human, can't. Then how about monsters? The four heavenly knights and I know each other. But among the rest of us, there are many who don't understand me or my actions, just like Lazarus and you. It's just a difference in the way of thinking. But just because the races are different, it doesn't mean everything is different.
Then, is true understanding just an illusion?
Even if it's an illusion, it's important to try.
I see. Yeah, that's right. The monster lord shouldn't be a friend to a hero. But Alice is sitting right next to me, cheering me up. Lazarus fears monsters, so he thinks peace is impossible. But the fear itself should vanish as we get to know each other more. Right now, humans and monsters fear each other because they don't understand the other. We aren't neighbors that have to hate each other. We can come together. Even Alice and I have. A fake hero and the monster lord were able to understand each other after spending time together on a journey. But my father, I was trying to right his wrongs. After meeting with Lazarus, the truth of my father became clear. He set out with a hatred of monsters and changed at some point along the way. I don't know what exactly happened, but he lost his life because of it. But he was walking as I did in the end, for peace between man and monster. But just knowing that is enough for me. My father's death wasn't just another turn in the endless circle of violence with monsters. This isn't the time to be depressed. My father fought for the coexistence of humans and monsters. I've had my father wrong this whole time. I'll inherit his dying wish. I'm not going backwards and trying to atone for his actions anymore. I'm taking pride in my father's beliefs and way of life and pushing myself on.
Ew, that's the Luka I know. You aren't suited to being sulky and depressed.
Thanks. Hey, Alice. I just noticed. No, I was just able to notice. Alice herself has been looking depressed for a while. I was able to figure out why right away. Alice killed Lazarus and my father's two friends. As soon as that was pointed out back here, she became depressed. Das ist das Lied und es kommt sogar jetzt schon.
Okay. Schweigeminute?
Langsame Intro, aber dann kommt's. Dauert einen Moment. Und dann der Übergang in den zweiten Teil des Lieds. Also keine Ahnung, irgendwie das Lied sagt für mich alles aus in dieser Szene. Und auch in der späteren. Ist einfach so, nichts könnte gerade besser sein. Absolut gar nichts.
Ich find's echt schön. Also der Anfang mit dem Piano hat mich total an To the Moon erinnert. Ich weiß nicht, ob du das jemals gespielt hast, aber da gibt's auch so eine, ich glaube, das ist sogar die Hauptmelodie des Spiels, die so ein bisschen ähnlich klingt. Aber wenn das Lied dann so ein bisschen explodiert, dann halt nicht mehr, ne?
Aber dann geht es halt über, dass es nicht nur das langsame Piano ist, sondern eben auch, dass du jetzt gerade was erreicht hast. Und dann geht es mit der Gitarre ganz kurz los. Deswegen, also ich finde diesen Song sowas von geil.
Ja, und der kommt gerade auch zu einem sehr interessanten Zeitpunkt, weil sich die Bande zwischen Luka und Alice gerade so ein bisschen weiter verstärken, habe ich das Gefühl, ne? Und
vor allem auch ihre persönlichen Dilemmas, sag ich mal, jetzt gelüftet haben. Man muss wirklich bedenken, die beiden waren bis jetzt von dieser Belastung auf der Seele wirklich betroffen. dass Luka seinem Vater hinterhergeeilt ist, um seine Sünden wieder gut zu machen und Alice die ganze Zeit den Tod zweier Menschen auf dem Gewissen hat, was im Endeffekt sogar die Gründung einer Terroristenorganisation auf dem Gewissen hat, die mehrere hundert Monster wahrscheinlich getötet hat. Alice ist indirekt daran schuld gewesen.
Und sie macht immer so einen auf cool, ne? Aber dabei wird sie das die ganze Zeit über belastet haben, weil Luka hat ja schon mehrfach festgestellt, dass mit ihr irgendwas nicht stimmt.
Sie ist sehr vorsichtig bei allen ihren Entscheidungen, gerade wegen dieser Erfahrung wahrscheinlich.
Elephas the 15th. My mother was looking for a solution for peace. She became more and more anxious as the strife and fighting got even worse. In the end, she decided to end the fighting with her own life.
Just like the dream. It must have been one of Alice's memories.
If she was defeated by a hero, my mother thought that would finally end the fighting. Then appearing before her was a hero. That was your father with Lazarus and their friends.
My father made it to the Monster Lord's castle? I've believed my whole life that his journey ended somewhere in the middle. To think he was a hero that made it all the way there.
At that time, my mother put me in a jail. It was a strong prison augmented with sealing magic. As my mother was dying, it seems as though she told your father her intentions. With her sacrifice, she wanted peace. According to Lazarus, it seems like it shifted their hearts after learning why she did it. But I broke down the seal holding me and rushed to my mother's side. It seems as though my mother miscalculated my magical power. When I saw her lifeless body, I couldn't contain myself. When I pulled myself back together, there were 2 more corpses in front of me. I took 2 lives. Right after my mother sacrificed herself for peace, I trampled on everything she wished for.
That's not it. An accident. An unbelievably horrible one. After that, my father and Lazarus hated monsters. But I can't hold Alice at fault. She was just a young child and saw her mother murdered. It happened because Alice was too young and unable to control her own power. You didn't know what you were doing at the time, right? If you apologized to Lazarus... Her painful, depressed face. I tried to tell her it wasn't her fault.
Apologize for killing his friends right in front of him? Do you think Lazarus would ever accept that? Do you think I could take away his pain, anger and hatred with some simple words? An apology would just make him suffer and get even angrier.
Wie wahr wahrscheinlich.
In the end, I killed his friends. That's a fact. There's no way to apologize for that. The only thing I can do is keep acting like the cold-blooded monster lord so he can keep hating me.
Alice explodes, venting her feelings. Then calms down and closes her eyes.
I've always regretted what I did. If I never did that, my mother's idea might already have come true.
It wasn't your fault, Alice. It was a horrible accident. I gently pat Alice's head. She looks so small right now for some reason. She's been carrying this the whole time. Both her mother's wasted death and the 2 humans she killed.
That's why I'll atone for destroying my mother's wish.
It isn't atonement. You're inheriting her will. Negative thoughts like that will just get you killed, so that way of thinking is better. Didn't you tell me something like that before, Alice?
My mother's will.
I want a world where humans and monsters can coexist together. I'm following the will of my dead father. And my own wish. Alice, you're following the will of your mother too. Let's do our best together and continue on.
Idiot. Da haben wir's wieder. Don't group me together with you idiot. Prost.
Alice closes her eyes and gently buries her head in my chest. But it was only for a moment. She quickly snaps back up and goes back to her usual look.
The Monster Lord can be cheered up by a hero. Don't get the wrong idea, you idiot.
Same here. I can't be a hero who was cheered up by the Monster Lord.
Punkt, Punkt, Punkt.
Punkt, Punkt, Punkt.
Die verstehen sich auch nonverbal.
Yep. Before I had noticed it, we were already so alike. Struggling with our own pasts, we both inherited the will of our parents. Now we're continuing on for our own dreams. Alice, why did you decide to travel around the world?
I wanted to believe in my mother's dream, but I didn't think it was possible. The fighting between humans and monsters was getting heated, and the slightest spark seemed like it could set everything off. Even if I was just an individual monster, I was still the Monster Lord. If humans ever attacked us, I would have to confront them. It won't just stay as small fights and tiny confrontations forever. Before it came to all-out war, I thought I should see the world first.
Were you looking for the good in humans?
No, to be honest, it was the reverse. Humans are dirty creatures that should be oppressed. Da ist so wieder die alte Alice. So voll on the point, ey. They're evil, so they have to be destroyed. I was looking for a reason to believe that. But it seems I found the opposite. Oh, hört.
Alice lets out a sigh, then smiles.
In the same world that Elias Kreutz exists, there are also humans who are accepting of monsters. That just may make it possible for us to coexist in peace. I slowly began to think that.
Yeah, you're right. It can be made, a peaceful world.
I believe in you.
It feels like I understand Alice more now. My faith in my dream feels even stronger than ever now. For Alice's sake too, I'll definitely make it happen.
But you're going to be heading to the Monster Lord's castle now. Do you realize just how dangerous it really is?
Yeah, it will be a lot harder than anything before now. I understand that much, at least. Helgondo, the dangerous continent, as it's sometimes called. I'll be heading there soon. It's not something I can take lightly. Deswegen müssen wir sofort speichern bei der Aussage.
Absolut.
Ja. Hast du gehört, Negoya? Es wird von jetzt an nur noch schwieriger. Also die Kämpfe werden nur noch schwieriger.
Ich bin sehr gespannt. Wir müssen uns ja erstmal noch ein bisschen warm kämpfen, aber ich befürchte, das Spiel wird uns die Warm-Up-Phase nicht genehmigen.
Mhm. Wenn du mal drauf achtest, wenn du jetzt einmal weiterklickst, das ist eine der wenigen Stellen im Spiel, wo sie Alice vertont haben.
Aha. Cool, da will ich eigentlich gar nicht reinquatschen.
Japanisch halt, ne?
Ja. Your journey may end at any point, but you're still a virgin, aren't you?
Jetzt geht das schon wieder los. Oh Gott, ich höre die Musik im Hintergrund.
Soll ich sie immer aussprechen lassen?
Bis irgendwas, ja, du kannst ruhig weiterlesen, aber ich glaube, ab einem gewissen Punkt, wie üblich, brechen wir das dann ab.
Okay. It's too pitiful to die without ever knowing the taste of a woman. So I'll teach you about the pleasure of women.
No! Absolutely not! I can't break the prohibition, auch wenn ich nicht glaube, dass Elias, dass das so weitergehen kann. Ich glaube trotzdem noch dran.
Aber die hatten doch schon das Vergnügen miteinander, oder? Er wird sie doch jetzt nicht das erste Mal vernaschen, oder doch?
Ja, du musst das Ganze so sehen. Bis jetzt hat sie nur im Endeffekt, sag ich mal, in Anführungszeichen Handarbeit betrieben, ne?
Ach so,
Sie hatten
okay.
noch keinen Sex.
Ah,
aber
okay,
den Trick an der ganzen Sache, ich weiß, worauf es hinausläuft. Wir können noch ein Stückchen weiterlesen, dann merkst du, worauf es hinausläuft.
Ich bin gespannt. Sheesh, then how about this form?
Aha.
If I'm in a human form, then you're not having sex with a monster, right?
No, that's just splitting hairs.
Dieses Grinsen von ihr.
Even if she looks like a human, she's still a monster. And even more, this location is a bit...
You should know the taste of a woman if you want to grow stronger. The monsters on the dangerous continent know many powerful sex techniques after all. Just close your eyes and think of this as training. Ja, natürlich. Sie kann auch alles verpacken. Oder vor allen Dingen der Übergang, ey. Da führen die gerade das tiefsinnigste Gespräch im ganzen Spiel wahrscheinlich. Und dann geht's ja direkt damit weiter. Interessant.
Ja, Leute, das wollte ich gerade meinen. Also im Endeffekt, das ist das erste Mal, wo die beiden jetzt miteinander Sex haben, aber um den Trick um's auszunutzen, verwandelt sie sich einfach in ihre Menschenform.
Dass sie da vorher nicht schon auf die Idee gekommen ist, ne?
Könnte man meinen, ne? Aber gut.
After that, I'll lead you to the world of pleasure. Wie so ein Gegner.
Ja, deswegen, die nutzt das vollkommen aus. Na gut, Leute, wir schneiden mal kurz. Bis gleich.